Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Tuesday the 5th of December. Well, I don't want to mention too much about Monday's bet because it's still running and I'm not going to tempt fate. So if you want to know how it's or what the selections are, you'll have to tune into Monday's video that's already gone. So let's go straight into the horse racing selections for Tuesday the 5th of December. So what I was going to do is a £10 stake day. So if you haven't got the free bet still with Sky Bet, what I suggest is a 10p each way lucky 15 and £1 each way accumulator. That comes to £5. However, I am having two lucky 15 or two each way lucky 15s. One each way lucky 15 will be at Lingfield and the next one will be at Wolverhampton in the evening. So let's get straight into it. So obviously for my benefit, I've had a 20p each way, lucky 15 because it's a £6 free bet from Sky Bet. So the first selection is Mykonos St John at 9-1 in the 12 o'clock at Lingfield, paying 4 places instead of 3. I believe it's a hands and heels race. I've looked at it. This horse runs very, very prominently. It's in half decent form. I do actually think that these front runners or prominent horses in hands and heels races do have the edge. And this horse, hopefully it'll get an easy lead, but I do think it could be contesting pretty much second place most of the way round. I do like the look of it. The next selection is Rilda at 5-2 in the 2:05 at Lingfield, paying 4 places instead of 3. Yeah, not really an each way price, but I do think this horse has got a cracking chance of winning. I think it's crying out for this step up in distance. The dam, I believe, was its best races was between 1.5 miles to 2 miles, and this horse has been campaigned over a mile. It was unlucky running last time where it was trapped on the rail. I think, given a better ride and a better run in itself, I think it's got a cracking chance of, ideally winning. The third selection is Stop and Search at 13-2 in the 2:35 at Lingfield, paying 4 places instead of 3. And the final selection for this bet is Mucker Magic at 18-1 in the 3:05 at Lingfield, paying 4 places instead of 3. If Mucker Magic manages to get an easy lead and messes around in front, we've got every chance of it at least getting a place. 18-1, in my opinion, is too big. So the next bet is, as I said, is a 10p each way lucky 15 and £1 each way accumulator. £5 stake. First selection is Coast at 10-1 in the 5 o'clock at Wolverhampton, paying 4 places instead of 3. It's got a low draw. It'll be prominent throughout. Ideally, it should get it. Ideally, we want it to lead. Preferably, we would like an easy lead, but it's I'm expecting it to be very prominent and hard to beat. And the second selection is Blueeyed Kate in the 5:30 at Wolverhampton, paying 4 places instead of 3. This horse, it keeps blowing the start, not massively, but just like jeopardising its chance and never really getting involved. Well, it's interesting that I think it's Darrell Holland put this horse away and it's reappeared in November. It's a 2-year-old, because obviously it's a 2-year-old race. But I find it very interesting that he put this horse away and has brought it out for what looks like an all-weather campaign. So, I'll be keeping an eye on this, but clearly, obviously, I backed it. And I do think it's 33-1 with Clifford Lee on board. It's such a poor race with so many question marks. I think if it gets a better break, you could see it travelling well mid-pack, and hopefully it finds a bit of something and can at least run a place. The third selection is Trusty Rusty in the 6 o'clock at Wolverhampton, paying 4 places instead of 3. And finally, Urban Sprawl at 5-2 in the 7 o'clock at Wolverhampton, paying 4 places instead of 3. Yes, once again, not really an each way price, but a nice one if it wins. If this horse gets an easy lead in front, it'll be hard to beat. So, the very best of luck. If you want to like or subscribe this, if you want to like this video or subscribe to the channel, I really appreciate it. So fingers crossed for the remaining runner in the 7:30 at Wolverhampton on Monday evening. Fingers crossed for Tuesday. If you give me a like or a subscribe, that would be great. So the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.